Hello, everyone. Welcome to week one of the Sportorium podcast. My name's Steve.
James.
Rupp.
Tyler.
All right, so there's a lot of eventful things this weekend. We're going to talk about them. First, with the Bills game. As a Bills fans, I'll start this off. Bills lived up to the hype, simply. The only thing I didn't like was the running backs looked like absolute trash. Devin Singletary, clear-cut RB1, but then after that, Zach Moss looked good for a while, and then James Cook just not great. Fumbling your first NFL carry is no way to start a career.
Honestly, I don't think the Bills have to worry about their running game. They just got such a good passing game. So
Yeah,
I don't
and that
think they
defense
should.
And Josh Allen helps a lot with the rushing.
Yeah. Pretty much he's RB1, and then Devin Singletary's RB.
He's got to be careful, though.
It
he
scares
doesn't
me
get
every
hurt.
time he runs.
He
But
takes
he's
a lot
so
of
bad.
unnecessary
He's
hits.
a big boy,
Nah,
though. So
he dunked on Bobby Wagner at the goal line.
yeah, that was sick.
He's a big boy.
I still think, though, in like the fourth quarter, he shouldn't have been running as
Yeah,
much. Like,
yeah,
there's
it's
no
just that's
point.
stupid.
I didn't like that. I just saw that recently that somebody said, like, is that necessary? And he said, no, but it's football. Just like, that's cool and all, but like, don't do it. I don't know why you would call like
There's a time
QB
and
runs
place
the
for
play.
everything.
Yeah.
But I get it. He just wants to like win. So
You know, like one of my friends said, like it's not the AFC Championship. You don't have to risk your body.
yeah, that's when
It's
you're
week
taking those
one,
hits. But
You know,
Yeah, I agree completely. Let's talk about the Saints game. Saints and Falcons.
Falcons blew a lead, just like always.
It's
they always find a way.
a tale as old as time. It's going to happen at once a year,
Yeah.
multiple times a year. But that receiving corp is pretty good. Slant Boy's back.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Two touchdowns look pretty good.
Chris Olave did pretty good, right?
Mhm.
Olave looked good. Jarvis Landry had like 120 yards.
Yeah, that was
Jarvis looked
sneaky
Jarvis was
like
pretty
Yeah.
yards.
good. Yeah, Alvin Kamara did not have the greatest of games.
He did not.
Unfortunately. The Falcons, though, they looked okay for a little bit. Drake London's going to be a good receiver in the league. Cordell Patterson ran all over them too. Had like what do you
Yeah.
have, like 120 yards?
He had a pretty good game. Mariota looked pretty good too.
Yeah, he did. And Jameis for that matter.
Jameis was
Second
fine.
half, Jameis.
Yeah.
First half, Jameis looked like Bucks Jameis. Next one is the Browns and Panthers game. Baker's trash, simply put. He's terrible.
I wouldn't say he's terrible.
He's terrible.
I would
This
say
is one game.
it's one game. You can't really base it off one game. You got to see how it goes. I mean, first game on a new team is always a little tough. So
Yeah, and he
kind
also
of give him a little bit of a pass. But I mean, we'll see if he keeps that up in the next couple of weeks. Then that's not
right.
a good start.
His just
But-
mechanics, you just like look at him, like his steps are just terrible. Like it just does not look pretty.
it was also-
like a
CMC looked
robot.
good.
yeah, it was
seems
nice
so
to
good.
see him not get injured.
Yeah.
For a
DJ
full
Moore didn't
game.
really do much. Robbie Anderson had a good game though.
Yeah,
He has weapons. There's really the O-line did not help him though. He did not.
Their O-line's
How
never
How many
been good
catches
though.
did DJ Moore even get?
I think he had like
targets?
3.
I think he had like
I mean,
3
he
to like
gets
6
targeted a lot.
targets, and he had like 1 carry. But they should definitely like involve him more. Like especially
Yeah.
when before that Robbie Anderson touchdown, they couldn't get anything going. You like have to get your best players the ball, and like McCaffrey didn't have that many touches either.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But the Browns defense looked pretty good. Pretty solid. Miles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney is a scary duo.
Yeah, for sure.
And that team could just like be in games. Like they don't need the offense to be great, which it did not look great at all.
I mean, they're also starting Jacoby Brissett.
Except
But,
for
The running
Nick Chubb-
backs looked great.
Yeah. Nick
Kareem
Chubb and
Hunt had
Kareem
a good
Hunt
game.
just- Yeah.
Nick Chubb keeps his not scoring touchdowns role,
Yep.
while
He's
Kareem
on
Hunt scores every
Hawks
touchdown.
He moves
every
the
time.
chains.
He does. He moves the chains, gets 100-some yards, but
That's
it's
all
always
they'll be
Kareem
good.
Hunt who gets it into the end zone.
Yeah. That team's gonna be
That's-
scary when Deshaun Watson comes back. Niners Bears, sloppy.
Yeah, that's
Disgusting.
just
no, it was it was like being at a water park.
Pretty much.
I wasn't
was fun.
surprised.
No.
To be
no.
honest.
And
I
now
didn't think Trey Lance was going to come out firing like everyone thought he was going to.
yeah,
that was
Everyone
a bad
expected
game.
him to come out and just carry the team.
Yeah, just let it up.
That did
Especially
not
with like
happen.
a not good Bears defense.
and it doesn't help with Kittle not playing.
And
so.
Elijah Mitchell out for 2 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. Wide back Debo is back though, so it's fine.
Yeah, even though he didn't want to do
Yeah,
it, he's
that-
still
That was supposed
Just
to be like
getting 10
confusing to
carries.
me.
Yeah. I mean, that could have all just been like not true, just for like contract dispute.
it probably was.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
but,
his
just
body
like-
was taking a lot of shots that whole year.
It doesn't seem like it's going to be any different so far.
All right, Steelers Bengals game.
Yeah, no
Joe Burr.
shit show.
Yeah, Joe Cool is definitely cool. He's cool.
Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah, it's a real thing. When you lose at the Super Bowl next year, you're just not good. It's usually how it happens.
He'll definitely bounce back though. There's just
Yeah.
terrible start. Starting with like four
Very.
picks.
4 picks and a fumble, I think.
4 picks, a fumble. Steelers defense looks pretty good.
Oh.
TJ Watt's out for a while though.
Yeah, that's gonna be big.
I think the Steelers defense is very underrated. Like they've led the league in sacks since 2017.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
They're a scary team. Well, defense wise, offensively, I don't think.
Didn't look great. And
They're not
Najee's,
gonna keep up
hurt
with
now.
good
Yeah,
teams.
Najee's banged
No,
up.
absolutely
so-
not.
I don't know if he's gonna be fun. He
think
probably
he-
will.
No,
I
Najee's
think he's
playing
gonna play.
week 2. Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, but
They're gonna like stay in games, but they'll probably never like win those big games they have to win just because the offense.
It's gonna
like, can't
take
get
a
it done.
defensive performance like
Yeah.
it did the other day to win every
Exactly.
time.
exactly.
They're gonna like defense touchdowns to win.
There was no reason the Bengals like should have even been in that game. It's just the
Yeah.
offense could not put up points.
Yeah.
At all. Because I mean, when Mitch Trubisky's your starter, that's usually how it goes. Eagles, Lions. Lions just won't go down without a fight. I like them this year.
AJ Brown went off too.
Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna happen.
I don't think
I thought
Devontae Smith really did too much.
He had 3 targets and 0 catches, so
Yeah.
you're correct.
Yeah.
But at least DeAndre Swift did good. Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
Both.
And Miles Sanders
both
got a
2
touchdown.
Yeah, the Eagles running backs just in general looked. I'm pretty sure every single one had a touchdown. And
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts,
Yeah.
if you consider
Gainwell
him
had
running back,
one.
which is
Jalen Hurts passing wise didn't look great.
yeah.
Besides,
I don't think he ever will.
besides to AJ Brown,
Yeah, I mean, just
I don't
if
think
you're
he's
spamming
given
AJ Brown
20
the whole time.
touchdowns. He did run for like 90 yards.
Yeah,
But that's probably gonna be every week.
yeah, and honestly, the Eagles' defense kind of disappointed me. I thought they were going to be
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah.
And then, DeAndre Swift is amazing, but like 130 yards, and then Jamal Williams had a pretty good game too, 2 touchdowns on the ground. It's just not what I was expecting from the Eagles' defense,
No.
honestly.
I thought the Eagles hype was a little over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that roster, like on paper,
They do have a
is
good roster, but
fantastic.
I didn't see why they were getting hyped up to, I guess, win the
But
division.
now I think they
But
will just because
Yeah, they
Cowboys
kinda-
also no
Dak
Dak,
went
so
down. Yeah.
I think they probably are the best team in the division. But you never know.
On Saquon and the Giants. I'm kidding. Daniel Jones is under center. You can sleep on them all you want. Colts, Texans. Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Matt Ryan, new team, is going to take him a couple weeks, but
Matt Ryan looked good though.
Yeah, he looked
threw-
solid.
Michael
The Texans
Pittman went
look
off.
pretty good too. Yeah, I mean, Matt Ryan's always kind of like been like that. When he has his number 1 receiver, he kind of just like spams him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Julio and
Who else are
Now
even the other
Pittman.
receivers over there?
Alec Pierce.
He dropped a couple balls though.
Yeah, he did.
He could have had a
uh,
touchdown, dropped one.
Stingley made a great play on one of
Oh,
those.
yeah.
Stingley looked good.
That was
very good.
Very nice play.
A sloppy game. Somehow
Yeah,
ended up in a tie.
That's just so funny. That whole division
Nobody
is
could get
winless
field
right now.
goals.
That the week with kickers is just
Yeah, kickers is terrible
weird.
this week.
it was just some sloppy play all around.
It was
Not a lot of the QBs looked good in general.
Just a couple of the top
Yeah,
guys looked
seriously.
good. Mahomes, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I don't
That
even
was
know.
like really it. That like
Yeah, I don't
had,
know who
like,
else had, like-
stellar
Well, I mean, like Kirk had a
Yes.
pretty good game because
Kirk-
Carson
like-
Wentz had a I mean, he threw like 2 picks though.
Carson
right?
Wentz is
But he threw like
Yeah.
4 touchdowns.
yeah, but he
he
definitely-
almost threw the game.
Yeah. That's
yeah,
what
no, he
does
almost
best.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
but
That's literally what he
he
does.
found a way to not do that. And I think Herbert looked pretty good too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Herbert,
Herbert
yeah, I
had it,
forgot about
yeah.
him.
We'll get to that later. Pats Dolphins. You could take this one, Rob.
So it was a pretty sloppy game for both teams also. Patriots made a lot of mistakes, cost them the game. The pick on the first drive, it was definitely pass interference. They didn't call it, but would have liked to see Devontae Parker go up for the ball a little more. But it's fine. They battled back, but they were driving in the fourth quarter. Kendrick Bourne bench for the whole game, comes in for 2 snaps, catches a 40-yard pass, driving down the field to make it 6 points, and then Nelson Aguilar fumbles. Pretty much killed the
I'll
game.
I'll never understand why coaches like sit out players. Like you're just
Yeah,
hurting
I don't know.
yourself. It is Matt Patricia, so
It's Matt Patricia. So, I mean, the offense didn't look terrible. I thought they looked better than they had in any. No, the stats weren't there, but compare that to how they looked in the preseason when the starters came out.
I didn't
And
watch
they just-
Patriots preseason. to
They
be
just
honest.
didn't move the ball in the preseason, like at all. Like in this game, they were able to move the ball, but then they'd get down the field, they'd fumble. They got basically to the goal line and they threw a pick. They had some other side plays. Matt got strip sacked. Nobody even blocked the guy off the edge. Guy came free running, just got
Love to see it.
destroyed. Melvin Ingram picked it up and scored. But yeah, I mean, I think they'll have maybe a bounce back week versus the Steelers, especially with TJ Watt out. But I don't know. Mac's also a little banged up, so
Yeah.
I don't know how that'll go. But the Tua also is just not good. I'll put that out there. He got carried by his receivers and running backs running with the ball the entire game.
He's the Yak King.
Tyreek Hill is just open on every play.
Yeah.
Two with underthrows him by 10 yards. He comes back, catches the ball, and runs. Jalen Waddle catches a slant in the middle of the field and runs 50 yards. Chase Edmonds catches a swing pass and breaks 3 tackles for 20 yards.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, you look at Tua's stats, 270 and a touchdown. People think like, oh, yeah, he had a good game, but you got to look at it a little more.
That one ball where it's underthrown by 20 yards.
That was the first play of the game. First play of the game. Tyreek Hill has no one within 10 yards to him on any side.
It got tipped a little bit, though.
I think it did get tipped, but like
it was still not going.
It was tipped off the actual end of Judon's finger.
Yeah.
That's not.
It still was going to be a bad pass.
That's not making up for 20 yards of underthrown ball.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
That offense is like very scary because of just how much speed is there.
I mean,
I'm not that scared because it's Tua, but like
I wouldn't be that scared because of the fact that the Patriots offense against their defense basically just killed themselves. I wouldn't, if you take like the Bills offense or the Chiefs offense, put them against them, they're not doing that. They're going to run right through them. And then the Dolphins offense scored 10 points or something like that, or like 13 points. They didn't even put up the numbers. Patriots defense isn't some great defense like some other teams either. They scored
Patriots
one.
Defense might be trash this year.
They looked pretty good the other day. They gave up 13 points. One was on a slant that Jalen Waddle broke a tackle and scored. Besides that, they gave up 2 field goals. So
that was on 4th down too, right?
It was, yes.
That's terrible.
There was like 20 seconds in the half, and that happened.
Nice.
But
love to see it.
I don't know. It was just a weird game. Patriots could have won it, but it just didn't happen like that. I think the next time the Dolphins play an actual good team, it's not going to be a close game.
Who are they playing next week?
Ravens.
Oh yeah, they're not winning.
The whole AFC East is playing the whole AFC North.
They're not winning that game.
Yeah,
they're not scoring against that good defense.
Hey, don't spoil the end of the podcast.
They're not scoring against that defense, and the Ravens offense will not have trouble scoring against them.
Which brings us to our next game, the Ravens and Jets. You got this one, Tyler.
Offense looked horrible. Joe Flacco is not the guy right now. I say they put in Mike White, but they're keeping him in there. I do think the defense actually looked better than they did in last year. I think DJ Reed played outstanding considering he just lost his father moments before that game. He balled out. And I think the Jets, the defense didn't play bad, but they did give up, 24 points. So
yeah, but most of that stuff didn't come to like the second half.
Yeah, like they were with them the whole half. And I don't know if it was – I don't know. I didn't think Lamar looked that good. He didn't run the ball at all. I mean, he did pass the ball well, but there were times in the first half they were dropping passes. Like, the Jets' defense was there. It's just they had no offense. And I don't know why we're starting Joe Flacco next week. I don't know why. I think that guy should retire. He should have retired at halftime, honestly. It was so bad. I didn't even –
How many passes did he throw?
59. There is no scenario in which Joe Flacco should be throwing 59 passes in 2020.
And the running backs look good too.
They did, and then they just abandoned the run game. I don't understand. They had the same amount of carries at halftime that they did at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Granted, they were down, so you can't really just run the ball the whole game. But at
they
least
were
you got to
down, but even Joe Flacco, he just wasn't. His passes were not on target. Some were, but some weren't. I think a bright side was Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson should be on the field 90% of the time.
Yeah,
unless he's tired.
90% of the snaps. He should be on that field. Even his first play, he comes back, makes a nice catch, and makes 3 nice moves. Yeah, he didn't get the first down, but what else do you want him to do?
Every single time that he touched the ball, it looked good.
It did, and they just had to get him the ball. I just want Zach Wilson to come back. Maybe we'll have more of an offense.
All right, Jags, Commanders. Where's Travis Etienne, and why is James Robinson running back 1?
James Robinson looked good, though.
He did look very good.
After a tear Achilles?
Yeah, to come out week 1 like that after 20 Achilles, that's a very hard injury to come back from. So we see what happened to Cam Akers.
I think Etienne will probably get more involved as we go on. He was also coming back from torn ACL also. So it was his first time actually playing.
He had a foot injury. He broke his foot.
I thought he tore his ACL last year.
No, it was a Liz Frank.
Oh, that kept him out for the whole year?
Yeah.
Fucking pussy.
I think that Christian Kirk and Zay Jones looked good.
Christian Kirk. Good.
Yeah, I mean, when you're paying the guy $30 million and when he should be making $5.
Trevor Lawrence looked fine until the end when he threw that pick.
Right. He looked all right.
He basically pulled the Carson Wentz and lost the game.
Yeah, he Carson Wentz against
Carson Wentz did almost do it a couple times, but somehow they ended up winning.
Yeah. James, your RB2 in fantasy, Antonio Gibson, he looked pretty good.
Yeah, he put up 20 points.
I'm surprised. I didn't think – well, it's because he didn't fumble, which is
also because Brian Robinson is not playing.
Because Antonio Gibson shot him.
Yeah.
The conspiracy is true.
If Robinson was playing, I mean, you don't know. Gibson might have just been stuck returning kicks the entire game and been on the bench.
Yeah, but now they're in like a weird spot because like he did look really good.
He did.
Yeah, we'll see what he does next week too. So
all right, Titans, Giants. Saquon's back.
Saquon's comeback player of the year if he keeps this up over CMC.
And Tennessee looks horrible.
Yeah, they do.
But that's not that like you kind of expect that. They were
Tannehill's
carried
not
by
that guy.
Yeah. They were carried by Derrick
look what
Henry.
happens when Derrick Henry doesn't have a great game. They don't beat the New York Giants.
They also lost two
at
of their
home.
top wide receivers the past 2 years.
Yeah, it's true,
but
that receiving core, like the top guys were just disappointing.
Traylon Burks looks pretty good.
Yeah, Robert Woods is a wide receiver one.
No.
Yeah,
Robert Woods is
not that guy.
He had like 3 targets or 2 targets and a catch, I think.
Yeah.
And then who's that rookie, Kyle Phillips?
He had a good game. I saw his stats earlier today.
Yeah,
I don't
like
remember what they were, but like, yeah, he had like 6 catches for like, no, I think he had like 6 for like 60.
Maybe.
Or like something like that. He had a good game. But Dontrell Hilliard.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I don't know where that came from.
They had 2 touchdowns or
2 touchdowns. They were receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
I saw that he played 88% of the third down snaps.
Yeah, well, I mean, Derrick Henry doesn't really have any receiving value, so.
Yeah, they threw him like one screen and just dropped.
Yeah, when you have no receivers who can really do anything, you kind of got to rely on a running back who can.
For the Giants, I feel like if Daniel Jones, if he could just manage a game like he did and not turn the ball, I mean, he had a fumble, right?
He threw a pick in the red zone and like late in the
yeah.
game.
Yeah, that's like the things you don't need him to do.
Like you're not winning that game if it's against like a better team. Like they just couldn't execute on offense at all.
But Giants defense looked pretty good.
Yeah, they did.
They kept Derrick Henry down for most of the game. I mean, I think he still had like almost.
I think he had 80.
Yeah, he probably had almost 100 yards, but like
he had like 20 something carries.
Though, if you look at it like that, it's like
that's like
he didn't really make much of an impact in the game.
That
That was probably the upset of the week.
Yeah, definitely.
Nope.
Seahawks
Monday night.
No, I don't know. That's
the Titan
could really say either way. Giants and Seahawks were projected to be right in the same discussion.
Nobody anticipated Saquon doing what Saquon did.
Yeah.
At least I did.
I mean, no one expected Geno Smith to do what he did either. So
yeah. All right, perfect. Let's talk about that game. Nathaniel Hackett is an idiot.
Yeah, he blew that game.
That was just stupid.
I don't
know. You're paying your quarterback $200 and whatever $1 million. $230, and you're gonna let your kicker kick the second longest field goal in history.
No, that was stupid.
If that was in Denver, maybe he makes it.
Maybe. Yeah, that is true, but I mean, still 4th and 5.
He's not used to that Denver.
That is.
He also ran the clock down like for no reason.
He did. He wasn't calling timeouts when they needed a score.
And then he called timeouts at the end of the game for no reason.
Yeah, he was just salty.
Yeah,
that was so dumb.
Russell Wilson didn't look amazing.
Yeah, and their running backs both.
The running backs were both pretty bad.
Both fumbled on the one.
Javonte Williams should be on the field at all times unless he's tired, and then Melvin Gordon should come in.
Well, Melvin Gordon didn't look bad. I don't think he's a bad running back.
On like in the red zone.
They both had terrible fumbles. I think really they'll both probably be big contributors to the team because they just signed Melvin Gordon, so obviously they want him there.
I also don't like how they had like random tight ends running routes most of the time.
Yeah.
They have like 4 different tight ends. Like
the fullback.
Like Judy had a nice touchdown.
I'd say Jerry Jeudy looks like Russ's favorite target so far.
Yeah, I mean Judy had a pretty bad drop at one point.
He did, but he also had that long touchdown.
Yeah,
had a couple other good catches. Courtland Sutton looks good, but after week 1, I'd say Jerry Jeudy looks like the favorite.
Did KJ Hamler have a catch?
I don't know. I remember them throwing to him a couple of times, but every time I saw it, it was incomplete.
Yeah, I feel like he should be that like Tyler Lockett for him. And
he could be, but I mean he's kind of like wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
So it's a little harder for him to get on the field.
Especially when you're throwing to tight end 3 and fullback 1.
Yeah. Well, the fullback had a couple long catches, so.
I think the Broncos will bounce back, though.
Yeah, they're not complete frauds yet.
No.
They still could be good. That defense that was supposed to be good. And
I mean, they only gave up like 17 points.
it was to Geno Smith.
It was Geno
worse
Smith,
than
yeah,
Geno.
but 17 points is 17 points either way.
Yeah, it's just very demoralizing when Geno Smith does that.
It is.
All right, so next game, Cards and Chiefs. James, take it away.
I think the Chiefs silenced a lot of the haters that were going to say that they couldn't do as well with Tyreek, but it looks like they didn't even lose a step. They might have gained a step, if anything. I just think that offense is so balanced now. Like, they'll hit you from anywhere. Like,
there's like so many like solid players.
Yeah.
And now they're playing with Mahomes.
Just like they're all going to get even better. And that's only week 1. I think once they build more chemistry, it's going to get even better.
Yeah.
But the Cardinals did look terrible. So we got to wait and see how they play next week.
Kyler's playing the Call of Duty beta.
Yeah.
No, I
also. It was double
also
XP weekend too. So that's why Kyler wasn't locked in.
Yeah, someone did data on him when it's double XP.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that. Is that actually true though?
It literally is. Yeah.
That he's
like his QBR.
Is that even like right?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
but it's like his QBR and everything like
that's
drops.
what I was saying. I was like, that was probably just a joke, but no, his stats are actually worse though. When it
literally correlates. Like after Call of Duty comes out and the double XP, it's so funny.
Yeah.
That's why that new one coming out soon. So
I think Tyreek is so stupid because Mahomes makes players good. I mean, I know Tyreek's good.
Tyreek needs Mahomes more than Mahomes needs Tyreek.
Yeah, like that's Mahomes, like he can work with. I feel like any. As long as you can catch the ball, like he can work with you. He can get the ball to you.
Yeah. Tyreek looked good, but it was like it's a lot harder when you have someone underthrowing you compared to Mahomes throwing a rainbow down the field.
If Tyreek played with like Josh Allen or like someone that could actually like throw the ball deep, he would be like probably just as good.
Tyreek's also a good route runner, so he's able to get open, but it's kind of harder when you're getting open and the guy's still underthrowing you by 10 yards. You got to come back for the ball and you're losing all those yards that he was getting with Mahomes when he was throwing it down the field to him.
Tua could he could get him the ball and then just
he had no problem getting him the ball,
But the thing with Mahomes is he could do that and also throw it 90 yards down the field and just let you catch it. Tua can't do that. Other than that, the card just everywhere just didn't look good.
James Conner looked decent.
Yeah, he had like I think he had like 25 rushing yards, but he got a touchdown like he always does.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good receiving.
Kyler needs D-Hop.
And I thought Hollywood was gonna have a bigger role. He still could, but
I think the offense as a whole just didn't look great.
Just the team as a whole. Defense didn't look good. They kind of got pooped out.
That game was over once the Chiefs went up 2 scores.
Yeah, it was just like, all right, the Chiefs are still here. They're still amazing. There's nothing.
Kelsey's still always open.
Yeah, that guy's literally always open. It's very frustrating.
Clyde had a good game too.
He did.
He had 2 touchdowns. There's depth at every single position, and every single player is like solid.
Like does their job.
Yeah,
everyone
like
does their
McKinnon's
job
good.
on that
Clyde's
team.
good. Pacheco's good. All the receivers are like pretty good.
Yeah, but Pacheco had a touchdown also at the end of the game.
All right, Chargers or Raiders? James, you could take this one. Division rivals.
Herbert looked really good. Derek Carr still, I don't know.
He just stares down Devontae Adams and is throwing.
Yeah, literally. That's like exactly what I was gonna say. Like he just looks at like how many targets did Waller have? I feel like I didn't even see him get the ball.
He had a couple at the end of the game, but most of the game he didn't really do much.
Yeah. I mean, Devontae's still so
targets.
good. Yeah.
I mean, Devontae's amazing, so I don't really blame him. But like Carr looked
17. I didn't even know he had 17.
It was like 16 or 17. Carr was making mistakes that like you wouldn't expect from him. Maybe last year a little bit he would just like stare down Waller, but he usually does like a pretty good job actually scanning the field.
Renfro.
They didn't use Jacobs a lot at all either.
No, and Renfro didn't.
Renfro didn't do much.
He had like 2
and
drops.
I feel like Eckler didn't really. I didn't see him on the field as much as I thought he should be on the field.
Yeah, there was a lot of Sonny Michel in that game.
Yeah, like he came out of nowhere. I was like, I didn't even know who it was at first.
Yeah, we were just watching the game and we're like, where's Eckler? It's just Sonny Michel every play.
I also find it funny that one of the wide receivers or tight end that caught a touchdown pass for the Chargers, they put his face on it and it was a totally wrong person.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that too. Oh, it was DeAndre Carter, and then it was just a picture of a random white guy.
Yeah.
That's not him. That's definitely not him. I think Herbert does a very good job at like spreading the ball out to everybody. So, I mean, Keenan Allen obviously will get majority of that. It was also weird. Mike Williams had like 2 catches maybe.
Yeah.
But
Keenan Allen also got hurt.
Yeah. But then I would expect more
week.
like Josh Palmer.
The Chiefs.
But like,
I
Josh
thought Palmer was
going to
do Like I thought he was gonna have more targets also.
Yeah, but Herbert just does a great job of just throwing it to everybody.
Mhm.
Vikings, Packers. I think the Packers are going to be fine. They always do this.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I don't see Aaron Rodgers just like completely falling off like that.
he's a crybaby though.
Yeah,
He definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that one pick. It was a terrible interception. Then he starts yelling at somebody.
He'll
Yeah, he
never
was,
take
yeah.
accountability ever. It's always
That's why his
somebody's
family
fault.
hates him.
It was just a weird game. I think
Yeah.
it might be a little different for the Packers this year. I know they sometimes do start off so like last year they lost to the Saints in pretty bad
There were some
fashion.
bad drops too.
But yeah, there
for
definitely
Green
was.
Bay.
Christian
God, it was
Watson
like-
dropped like an
yeah,
80-yard touchdown the
yeah,
first play.
AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones are gonna have to like play a huge role this
Yeah.
year.
I think that they didn't use Aaron Jones as a receiver as much
Yeah,
as I
they
thought
didn't.
they should.
Yeah,
It's just a whole like it's a lot of new people for Rodgers. It's going to take him a little
and
bit.
Justin Jefferson just so good.
Yeah.
That offense is going to be crazy.
He was wide open so many times though.
They didn't cover him.
They did not cover him.
It was a very weird strategy, and it definitely didn't work. Next game, the Bucks and Cowboys. Both of those O-lines are in absolute shambles. The Cowboys.
That was a
season
pretty
is-
sloppy game too.
That was a boring game.
We
It
them
was
boys
field
is
goal.
over. It is over for them.
We're Dak's thumb.
No, don't sleep on Cooper Rush.
I think it's. I don't even think that's. Is
No,
that
it's
the-
Cooper
Yeah,
Rush,
it is.
It is. I
It
don't
should be
know, I
Ben
still-
DiNucci.
They cut him. He's not even on the team anymore.
I don't think he's
Terrible.
even in the NFL anymore.
I think he's on practice squad. I'm
They
pretty sure he's
said
on
they're
the
not
Cowboys
getting
practice
it. They're
squad.
not looking into any new quarterbacks. They're probably just going to. They didn't put Dak on IR.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they said they're going to try and get him back in 3 to 4 weeks.
That's
Which
So I
also
guess-
scares me because you saw what happened to Russ last year when he had that thumb injury.
Yeah.
He looked like pretty bad because you can't like grip the football like that, and that's
I know
I
he
don't
was
know,
trying to
he's-
push week 8 and week 9 to come back.
I
4
mean,
might be
weeks is
too
too
late then. The season might be over for them by
The
then.
season will
Yeah,
probably
it
be over. I don't
depends,
see them winning that
honestly.
many games
But
with
it,
Cooper
yeah,
Rush.
yeah, it also depends their schedule. Like, if
Yeah,
they
I'm
play
not sure
like,
exactly
if
their
they play
games.
like the Commanders and maybe the Giants, they can win.
Like
those
pull
games.
win, yeah.
But if they're playing a hard team, like they're not.
yeah. Like next week they have the Bengals.
CD has to step up too.
Yeah, he
Like
had 11
this-
targets and 2 catches.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
Yeah, but
four
he
drops.
was
Dak
overthrowing him.
Dak was throwing it to him when there was
Yeah.
like 4 guys on him.
He definitely had.
But
some
still,
drops,
you
though.
have to make some plays.
I don't even think the Bucks look that good.
Yeah,
They
they
didn't.
did.
No,
and
they
they
did
not. Definitely
They did.
not.
And
And
I
they
defense
got
looked really
Godwin
good,
hurt now
They
too.
have a lot of people injured right now.
Julio's
But,
back on the injury report.
Yeah.
He
I
looked
think
pretty
he's
good, though.
fine, though. They didn't really say
a couple
anything,
people
though,
didn't
about him.
practice today though, but I think they're gonna play.
Yeah, they said Russell Gage, Godwin,
I think-
and Julio were all.
and I
out of
think
practice.
Evans was limited or something like that.
Yeah, they like all get hurt.
I feel like
so
Evans'
often.
hamstring is just always like
That's like
just
Julio. When
injured.
he had
It's
his
the
hamstring
Julio
the last couple of
curse.
years. Yeah, I think Julio's fine though. They didn't
Yeah.
really make a big deal out of it. They could just be giving him like a day of rest in practice because like it's
He's
Julio
old.
Jones.
Yeah, and he's old.
You don't really need to get him on the field for
Yeah.
every day of practice.
I feel like he looked small. I don't know if
He
that
looks
was just
different.
me.
He
yeah,
looks
no,
different.
He looks weird.
maybe it's just because his number, like when
Maybe
he
it's
used
the
to wear
single digit.
11, so
He
yeah, it
just
was
looks
like
very different now.
I think he just looked like a smaller person, and I was very confused.
He did look pretty good though when he played.
He did.
yeah, that nice deep catch.
Yeah, and then limped off
Yeah.
because he's made of paper now, which is very unfortunate. Both those O lines are just everybody's injured. It's
Leonard
crazy.
Fournette did run really well though.
They're on like their third center, the Bucks. A bunch of other backups, and Donovan Smith gets hurt, like
Yeah.
broke his elbow or whatever he did.
I don't even know who else they have left. Shaq Mason.
Tristan Wirfs.
Tristan
I'm pretty sure
Wirfs.
that whole right side is
The
fine,
right side's looking good. The left
but
side's
the
a
left
little.
side is just not looking great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all in all, it was a weird week of football.
Pretty
A couple
sloppy
good
week.
upsets, very sloppy in general.
I feel like the only 2 teams that really looked really good was like Bills and Chiefs.
Bills and Chiefs.
Yeah, Bills
Yeah.
did start off slow though, but they
Yeah,
picked it
they're-
up in the second half.
Yeah, it was 10-10 at halftime, which was an absolute win because they had like 3 or 4 turnovers at half, which was just not great.
Yeah. I don't
Also,
think
there
that's
should be a
good.
stat. If a receiver hands the ball to a defender, it's not on the quarterback. I don't care. It was terrible. Isaiah McKenzie catches the ball and says, "Oh, here you go, defender." It was an edge rusher.
Like Bobby Boucher and Waterboy.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I don't. That's not Josh's fault.
The other one was a little underthrown.
Yeah, it was.
But it's okay.
Look, it
Um,
happens. He's not going to be perfect. He's going to throw. Everyone throws a pick every year. It happens.
I also just want to add that Von
Yeah, it's
Miller
Joe
is
Burrow
still
about that.
elite. Yeah, that's Joe Burrow about his picks.
I mean,
Got
the
enough
Rams
to
offensive
share.
line looked really bad.
I don't care. Von Miller, the way that he moves at 33, he's worth the 18-year contract for $560 billion.
Yeah, until he gets hurt next week.
Yeah, he could get hurt, or
Stop.
he could actually just face a good offensive line.
Well, the thing with the Bills' rotation for their D line is Von Miller only played like 50% of snaps. So for that whole 50% of snaps, he's just like has so much energy.
Yeah, but
which is smart.
just wait till they play a good offensive line.
Okay, we will. All right, to get into the predictions for next week, I'll start off with a Thursday night game: Chargers and Chiefs. What do you think, James?
I'm taking the Chiefs. I think it's gonna be a shootout, though. I mean, every time they play, it's like that. But
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Chiefs. If it comes down to it, I'm taking Mahomes over Herbert.
yeah,
Is
8
J.C.
times.
Jackson playing this week? They say
I don't
didn't say
think
anything
he
yet,
is.
but
I
don't
mean, I think
it's-
it's a game time decision, but I don't know.
that could make a big difference in the game.
That could, but I mean, if he's not 100%, it's like
Yeah, but I mean, him not at 100% is still probably better than
Yeah,
most of the other corners
probably.
they have.
Yeah, but I mean, Asante Samuel looked really good on
He's
Devontae
good.
Adams. He made some really good plays
He's pretty good.
last week.
I think it'll be a close game.
Yeah, I want it to be like a good old fashioned shootout.
Yeah, that's what I wanted last
I-
week's Thursday night game to be.
Yeah,
But Matt Stafford had other ideas.
sorry, Fred Stafford, can't do that for you.
I think it's gonna be like a one-score game, definitely.
I
Either
hope
way.
so. I like shootouts on Thursday night games.
Yeah, and I don't think either defense is like definitely good enough to
Yeah,
just put a stop to each offense. Like they're solid, definitely. I think the
Yeah.
Chargers defense is going to have a good year. Khalil Mack looked really good, but
He did look good. He had 3 sacks.
3 sacks. But I don't think that he could stop the
the
Chiefs.
Chiefs D line looked good last week too. But
Yeah,
I mean,
Chris Jones is a menace.
yeah.
First Amazon Prime Thursday night.
Oh
game.
yeah, that's true.
That's
Yeah, it's true.
bull.
They
That's
should use
bull.
the Prime football during the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Mahomes can throw
Yeah.
120 yards.
Next game is Pats Steelers. What do you think?
I think Patriots will win this one. I think TJ Watt not being there is going to make a big difference.
Defense.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I mean, it's definitely going to play a role, but with how terrible the Pats looked,
I wouldn't even like everyone's got like a different opinion. You probably didn't see that much of the Patriots game.
I tried not to watch that one.
So they basically killed themselves. If they just clean up a couple of those things, I think they moved the ball pretty well. They just every time they would start moving, they would do something that would mess it up. They'd hand the ball off to Ty Montgomery on 3rd and 2, and he'd lose a yard. But I mean, that's no different than what it's been. You saw even the Raiders did that. Josh McDaniels was doing that over in Las Vegas,
Patriot way.
handing it off to Brandon Bolden on 3rd and 3, just draw up the middle, losing a
Any
yard.
flashbacks?
But it definitely was.
Bet.
They also, I think the Patriots I think they will win. I don't think Mitch Trubisky is going to do that well. Patriots defense looked pretty good against the Dolphins. I don't think there's as many like weapons over there on the Steelers to like be worried about. So I think
Yeah.
it'll probably be close.
Probably low scoring.
Yeah, I
too,
think it'll be a pretty
honestly.
low scoring game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Nice,
go with
nice,
Steelers, though.
boring one.
I think
Yeah,
it
I
will
would
be
make
a
sure
boring
not
game.
to watch that one.
I will
Yep.
make sure to watch the whole game.
Yep. I'm gonna be on,
Hopefully Patriots end up 1-1 at the end of it.
Yeah, I really hope the Steelers win. I just don't like the Patriots. It's I'm sure you want the Browns to win this week. They probably
I don't
will.
care. The Jets have no impact on me. They're terrible.
They will when Zach Wilson comes back and
Bro,
they
stop.
start playing some.
The Jets are going to get
football.
blown out by the Browns. We'll get into that after.
No, they won't.
Go into that one now. Go into that
Yeah,
game
let's
right
go
now.
into this one right now. Tyler, take it away.
I don't think they're gonna blow out the Jets. I think it'll be a close game. Hopefully, Joe Flacco puts on his big boy pants this week and decides to play football like it's 2012 or whatever they won the Super Bowl. But hopefully they put up some points. Right? I think the defense can definitely hold the Browns.
Nick Chubb, 200 plus yards, 4 touchdowns.
I mean, I think
I
Nick
don't-
Chubb and Kareem Hunt will probably run wild again.
I don't know. The run defense didn't look that bad for the Jets.
Yeah, but
And their linebackers.
who was the
are pretty
Steelers? Who was the Ravens running back last
Kenyon
week?
Drake, and Mike Davis.
and Lamar
enough said.
Jackson.
Yeah, but didn't Lamar look pretty good running the ball?
I don't even know.
Yeah, but they
He
don't
didn't
have to worry about
he didn't run that
running
much.
the
Run that
ball.
much. He was just
Yeah.
airing it out.
It's a lot different
Working-
going
it was
from
working every
Kenyon
time.
Drake and Mike Davis to Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb.
Yeah. It's
So
gonna
we'll
be,
see.
I still don't think they're gonna run over us.
I don't think they're gonna run over. They'll probably win by like 10.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
maybe.
would say so.
They still got Robert Saleh, and Saleh we trust.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you do, Tyler.
I do.
We don't.
He built a pretty good defense in San Francisco.
Yeah, the Jets still
That was a
can't
lot
score,
different though. They had star players. You had Fred Warner. You had Nick Bosa.
We have
Jets
C.J.
have?
Mosley, Sauce
Yeah.
Gardner.
Your comparison
Sauce
to
looked
Nick,
good though.
the Jets
He did.
comparison
Sauce
to
looked
Nick Bosa and Fred Warner is C.J. Mosley and Carl Lawson.
I mean, our secondary did not look bad at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
Bryce
one's
Hall
saying it looked
looked
bad.
terrible.
Oh yeah, he's
Bryce Hall is
Yeah.
terrible. He came in
He's
for one
not-
play and gave
He's
up a touchdown.
awful.
He's the third best corner on our
Yeah, but
team.
he
Yeah,
was the
that's what they
number
were
one.
targeting.
He was
the
exploited
number
the
one
whole
corner in the
time.
league last year, though.
That's what they were
Yeah.
targeting him.
Nah, it's all right. DJ Reed.
Sauce is giving up a touchdown this week.
No, he's not.
Did you know
Probably
he didn't give up
not.
a touchdown in all of college football?
No,
his
just
whole
wait till they
career?
play like he
I
plays like
mean,
an actual good wide receiver one.
He
He'll
didn't
probably
play.
burn.
Bad against.
He's guarding.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, I mean, it's
He
Mark
didn't even guard
Andrews.
Mark Andrews last week. He guarded him for
He
like
guarded-
3 snaps.
He did have one nice
Still.
pass breakup on him though.
He did,
He
but
did.
then the
Yeah,
rest of
he
the game he
did.
didn't guard him.
Yeah.
That's why Mark Andrews had like
No,
5 catches for like 90 yards.
Yeah, I think we got to see a little.
Wait till
bit
he goes
more
up against
Sauce.
Diggs or someone like that.
Diggs
He's
gonna
probably-
absolutely
they won't,
smoke that
They
man.
won't put Sauce on Diggs.
No,
Yeah, they're scared.
They're not going to do it.
they saw what happened to Ramsey.
scared.
All right, next game we're gonna talk about is the Panthers-Giants game.
Interesting.
That's going to be probably a terrible game.
Yeah, I think Panthers win though. I think CMC goes. I think this is gonna be a running back like shootout,
Yeah.
like CMC and
I think
Saquon.
Saquon will look good again,
Yeah,
but
Yeah,
I
'cause,
think Daniel Jones this time won't be able to clutch the game.
yeah. I think Baker Mayfield will look like better this
Better,
week. DJ
yeah.
Moore.
I
Probably
think the
will get more
Panthers are just a
involved.
better team. Like just a
Yeah.
better roster in general.
The
I'm
Giants
gonna-
will probably win like 4 more games the entire year.
Probably.
Like
Yeah.
Maybe
that
at
was their
most, like,
Super
5,
Bowl.
yeah.
Like the way they're
Yeah.
acting, that was literally their Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was like their first week one. I mean, it was the Browns' first week one win since like what 2012 or something. It was like ridiculous. I was like, how
Yeah,
is that even
nobody
possible?
cared.
Yeah.
It might have even been worse than that actually.
No one cared though. You didn't
Yeah.
see Browns fans doing what you didn't see Kevin Stefanski dancing in the locker room like Brian Dable.
Hey,
I mean,
Brian
Mike
Dable's
Tomlin
my guy.
danced,
Yeah,
too.
Mike Tomlin always does that though.
you got everyone black forces. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that is funny.
I saw
Yeah.
this one video where it's like
Isn't
Mike
that
Tomlin
George-
was talking to with George Pickens. He's like, I've been had those.
Yeah, I saw the exact one this morning.
Uh,
Like he
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah,
He
boy.
ignored him the first like 2 times. He's called his name too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Panthers. I think Daniel Jones will just be another turnover machine like he is every week. And I think, Baker, as long as he can connect with like DJ Moore, he'll be fine.
I think once they get DJ Moore involved, I think Baker will look a little better.
and I think they have to just do a better job at that.
Yeah.
It's like if he's not like getting, well, I mean, he's definitely getting open. If Baker's not connecting with him, you got to like go some screens, have
Yeah,
him
you
in the
gotta
wide
figure
back
something out.
Debo role. You got to get that guy the ball. Next is Colts versus Jags.
It
I
could
don't
be
know,
another
man.
sloppy one.
Yeah, the Colts did not look great. They had some bright spots, but
I
Jags
think it'll-
also did not look great.
I think it'll be a similar game to Jags Commanders last week. Probably another very sloppy game where it's close and comes down to somebody making a turnover in the end. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
And I mean, Devin Lloyd was really good against the run last week. I'm pretty sure he was like PFF's highest graded rookie or something. I don't like PFF. But
So
Devin Lloyd's
bad.
pretty
They had
good.
Mahomes number
Terrible.
9. Someone
Yeah,
explain that to me.
that's so bad. That's
Because
so bad.
he's overrated.
Let PFF explain it.
They can't.
Dude, they had
But
DJ Reed as the number
going
one
back
corner.
to the game, I'm going Jags.
I would say Colts this week.
I'm gonna say Colts.
I
The reason
think
I
they'll
brought
figure
Devin
it out
Lloyd
a
is
little more,
because
but
Jonathan Taylor will probably go for 150.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Didn't he
I
go
hope
for like
so.
150
Yeah, I
last
He had
week?
like
forgot it.
160.
Yeah.
I forgot about Jonathan Taylor.
You can't change every answer.
Still
Yeah,
going
what?
Jags. Still going Jags.
Okay, bold.
Trevor
Bold.
Lawrence is coming out and playing.
Yeah. Joe Flacco should do that.
Joe Flacco shouldn't
That's
even be
fair.
in the locker room. He should be, I don't know, he should be sitting on the couch.
You know what my brother said? Shout out to Rocco. Said that they should bench Joe Flacco. Don't start Mike White, Chris Strevler from the practice squad.
Yeah,
Why
they
not?
Why
Why
not? At least the guy can score some points. I know it's the preseason, but Joe Flacco, Jesus, didn't move at all.
There's just no good starting QB for them right now.
I'm just gonna
Out of the
shut up.
3, I'd rather probably start Brees Hall in the Wildcat the whole game.
I like to see them use Brees Hall more too.
That was
I mean,
weird.
it's also hard because Michael Carter looked really good.
He
So
did.
Yeah, I
They,
feel like-
they both look.
Yeah.
good, honestly.
That's why I thought it was like kind of weird for them to draft Brees Hall as
yeah, I agree with
high as
that.
they did. They didn't need like Michael Carter looked good last year too. It's not like he's
Yeah.
coming out of nowhere. Like he looked really good last year.
Yeah. So it's
Well,
Joe
they
Douglas.
figured that their quarterback can't get the job done, so they needed another running back.
It's fair. right, next Finns Ravens.
Ravens by 20.
Ravens by 25.
Our Ravens.
Well, actually, the Dolphins beat the Ravens last year.
Was that with Lamar or with
anything.
Tyler?
Yeah, it was
Huntley?
it was with Lamar.
Yeah, I think Lamar looked really
It was
good
like a night
passing the
game.
ball. So if he, I mean, obviously we know he could run, but if he could pass the ball like he did every week, it's gonna be scary.
It's not going to be a close game.
Yeah,
I'll make that prediction right now.
I just want the
Okay,
Ravens
salty
to win
Pats fan.
because
I'm a little salty because the Patriots should have won the game.
Okay. Bucks Saints.
I think the Bucks win. You know, they always.
I think Brady
somehow
finally beats the
lose.
Saints
Yeah.
on the Bucks.
Nope. Saints are winning. It's just what happens.
It'll change
Yeah, I
eventually.
think it's gonna change this year.
I think it's in New Orleans too. So
Yeah, it is.
I think he'll get one.
I'm trying to think.
Taking Bucks -3.
I say Bucks by 7 at least.
I think the Saints are probably gonna pull it off. In my opinion,
We'll see. I mean,
if Jameis looks like he did in the second half, then definitely.
Bucks. I'm going with Bucks.
Okay.
I think
Good job,
Brady's
Tyler.
gonna, step it up this week.
yeah, he
so-
didn't look great last week. So I mean,
so I think
his
he's-
O line was Garbo though. So
Yeah, that is true.
And I mean, I know Chris Godwin's out, but they still got Mike Evans. They got Julio. They
I think
got
the Saints are a
Fournette.
little overrated.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I don't
If they
think they
take
have,
their
like,
everything
defense
they-
didn't look good.
It took everything they
No.
had to barely come back against the Falcons.
That's what I'm saying. If you do that against the Bucks, you're not coming back
Yeah.
into that game.
yeah, that's true.
The Falcons are just the biggest choke artists.
I still don't think Todd Bowles is the right head coach though. But
I mean, I don't think he really.
Yeah, Brady runs that
Yeah.
team
Yeah,
pretty
I-
much.
I just think like he's just a good defensive coordinator, and that's what he should
Yes,
stay
that's
at.
basically what he
What he
probably
should be
Yeah, their
does,
defense still looks
'cause
great,
Brady
though.
just runs
Yeah.
the O.
Yeah, they did.
No, he's a
I-
good defensive guy. I just don't think I don't think he should be a head coach.
I don't think. I mean, I think he's still like the defensive coordinator, basically.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Brady's just the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think Brady
literally.
just like does what he wants.
Yeah, and rightfully so.
I think that kind of had to do with like why Bruce Arians ended up leaving.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely.
Yeah,
like,
there
at
was
each
like
other's
there's a whole
throats
weird
because they
situation with
did
that
not-
too. I feel like that definitely played a role in it.
Yeah,
Like, what is Todd Bowles gonna say to Tom Brady about
Nothing.
playing football?
you can't. Not a
Nothing.
single word. Next game is Commanders Lions. I think the Lions have a lot of fight in them. I'm going to take the Lions with this
Yeah, I'm
one.
taking the Lions.
I think
too.
Lions will get it
Just-
done this week.
Lions.
It'll probably be a close game
Yeah.
though. It's
Yeah,
two
I mean,
not
the
great
Commanders like
teams.
ran that offense through Curtis Samuel last week.
Yeah, they did, but I think the Lions will win.
Yeah,
just
think-
because I think they honestly are just a better team.
I just like how they're coached too. Dan Campbell's.
Yeah, they're
Dan
good.
Campbell's
They're
a
coached
guy.
pretty well. They almost came back versus the Eagles, so the Eagles are a better team than the Commanders.
The next game is Hawks and Niners. I don't know.
I say 49ers.
I would like to say 49ers too, but
I think they'll get back on track a little bit.
yeah. But if Geno
Yeah.
Smith came out looking like Russell Wilson again,
But that I mean,
I don't
Trey Lance was playing in like the mud, like he was
Yeah,
literally.
it
like,
was a bad
pouring
first start
rain,
for
like,
him,
he
yeah. It
was
wasn't
terrible
really able to air
conditions.
the ball out.
Yeah.
This will be like he's basically like his test of like what he could really do.
And
so,
Kittle's back this week too.
yeah, I'll probably take Niners.
I don't know
I'm
if
gonna
he's
take-
if he's back.
No,
this
they
week.
said
This week.
he started practicing, so
They
he'll
said
probably
he
play.
didn't practice today.
I'm pretty sure they said he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
It's a
get
new
fact
injury.
check.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he practiced.
Learn the sport,
didn't.
bro.
Yeah, I'm going 49ers.
Look it
Shut
Look it
up.
up. We're gonna
Geno
move on.
Smith.
Look it up. Falcons and Rams.
Rams.
Slaughter. Rams by a million. They're getting it.
Yeah.
They got exposed by the Buffalo Bills last week.
Cooper Cup's gonna get like 150 again, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, did you
They
find
said
any
he's
information
practicing
out?
tomorrow. That's what I saw.
Ah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, the Falcons looked okay. Rams did not look okay, but I just think the Rams just have a much
Maybe
better
Allen
roster.
Robinson will get involved this week.
Maybe Cam Akers will have maybe 1 yard at least.
Daryl Henderson's just a better running back.
He's just better.
He
yeah.
was better last
He
year.
fights for those yards.
He
I
does.
like him.
He's just
Does.
a good running back.
Oh my dude, he absolutely lit up Micah Hyde on one play. I was so upset.
He was good last year. He was like the main running back most of last season.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't understanding the Cam Akers hype going into the season because he
Yeah,
didn't even
neither
look
was
good in
I.
playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
did.
understand that either.
Yeah.
I'm going with Rams. They're gonna have a bounce back week.
I like it. All right, Cards Raiders. The Cards looked like absolute trash. I don't think that they have the firepower right now with how they're playing. I don't think their defense could stop Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
D-Hop.
Raiders.
I think Raiders win too.
I think Raiders get them back on track.
Yeah, they had a weird week.
Yeah.
They did have a weird game. It was a close game for a bit, but Derek Carr was just making some bad decisions. I think he's going to clean that up a little bit.
Uncharacteristic bad decisions.
Raiders, another, I think, team. Bounce back week. Going with Raiders.
And same scenario here with the Broncos and Texans. Broncos definitely need to bounce back. It was pretty embarrassing for Russ and the boys, especially Nathaniel Hackett, with a very questionable decision at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think Broncos win by a good amount here.
I think it'd be a good team to bounce back against for them.
Yeah, Broncos.
I think the Texans could do all right, though. Like the Broncos defense didn't look great. The
Texans are a little like underrated.
Yeah.
Like
they
they're
have
not like
some good
clear
pieces, but like
in the league.
Yeah. They'll win some games that they shouldn't win.
Yeah, maybe it's this week.
Could be this week.
I think Russell Wilson will have he will be on the same page with his wide receivers, and I think their running backs, if they don't fumble the ball, they'll win.
Yeah, that was just so. Yeah. Both running backs fumbling on the one is just.
That was terrible. That was really bad.
Bengals Cowboys. I think it's going to be Bengals by a lot. Another team that kind of needs to bounce back, especially Joe Shiesty.
Joe Burrow needs to bounce back. You're right.
I think Cowboys could have taken the game if Dak was there. But just because of like how the Bengals looked last week, but I don't think Cooper Rush is beating the Bengals.
No, I don't think he is either.
No. And I don't think Zeke could like carry a game.
No, I don't think he can.
No.
So
yeah, he hasn't showed anything like that.
He didn't look bad last week, but like
he doesn't show
like
his contracts.
No QB at all. It's gonna be
we'll see though how Cooper Rush does. I mean, you never know, but
as long as he just gets his playmakers the ball.
Yeah.
If you have to run a screen every play.
You got to give CD the ball. Like you got to find a way.
There's no reason that he should have 2 catches at the end.
Yeah, no.
Not all of that was on him, but like you got to scheme him the ball. Bears, Packers
by 30.
Rodgers. Yeah.
That's going to be like an absolute blowout.
I don't think it'll be a blowout.
I think it really is going to be.
I think it'll be.
Wait, is that in Green Bay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's 100% a blowout.
I don't know if I'd say blowout. I think the Packers will win, but I think the Bears will kind of feed off that win last week to make it like a somewhat respectable game. Maybe they keep it close for a half.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Packers. I feel like every year the Packers start off bad, they don't play, and then they bounce back, and I think that's just gonna happen again this year.
Yeah. Even if the Packers end up winning this week, but they don't look great, I will be very concerned.
I would already be concerned.
Yeah.
A little concerned. Not that concerned because I don't care that much, but
I could care less.
Yeah.
I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. So.
Yeah. I have him in fantasy though, so I kind of need him to do good this week.
Yeah. That's true. All right, and then we're getting into the Monday night games. First off, Titans-Bills. I think that the Titans and Bills have had some great games in the past 4 years. They've played every single year, and they're 2-2. But the Bills are just so much better this year. Just their roster's very complete. I don't think that – I mean, there's definitely a chance that Derrick Henry goes for 150 and keeps them in the game, but I don't think this should be close. I don't
think it should have been really that close last year either.
No, it should.
And the Titans won it.
Yeah, I think Bills win by like 10, but I think Derrick Henry has a great game.
He always does against the Bills.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he usually does.
Josh Allen's rookie year and his second year, he had like under 50 yards.
But what about the last 2 years?
I'm pretty sure that Josh Allen's third year, which is 2 years ago, he didn't have a great game, but last year he
had one that one really good game.
I think the Bills will win.
Yeah, I'm going with Bills.
Wait, so what time is that game? At 7?
It's like 7:05 or 7:30.
And what's the other one? Like 8:30?
Yeah, it's like, the next one's 8:30.
I don't even know what that game is.
Vikings Eagles.
That's a pretty good game, actually.
Where is that game?
I believe it's in Philly.
I think I'm going to go with Vikings for that one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Vikings. I just think the Vikings offense will still be a powerhouse, and they won't be able to handle the Eagles.
Yeah, I just don't think the Eagles are going to be able to keep up with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I think the Eagles will. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I just think that the Vikings are kind of going to just start scoring, and the Eagles are kind of going to be like sitting back and like confused and like not be able to keep up with it.
Yeah. I also think that the Eagles secondary definitely has like the power to not shut down Justin Jefferson, but to limit him. And then that.
Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go with the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
I could
AJ
definitely
Brown's
see-
gonna have a great game again.
yeah. Who's the Vikings number 1 corner?
Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
this isn't like 2015.
There's probably
anymore.
someone else there. I just can't think of it.
I think is Booth still injured?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he is.
I don't think he even like practiced
Yeah.
at all. The Eagles defense is good, but then the Lions were putting up points on them easily.
Yeah, they didn't look good last week.
Yeah,
though,
so it's kind of hard.
I think it's gonna be a very close game, but I think the Eagles pull it out.
Yeah, I think that this could either be one of the best games of the week or it's just going to be extremely boring. But
Yeah.
I'm going to hope for that it's a good game.
I agree.
So, yeah, that concludes the episode. We touched a lot of good points here. Very excited to see some hopefully better football this week. Hopefully kickers can
Yeah, I
actually
think
make kicks.
this week's gonna be a lot. There's a lot of
Yeah.
good matchups this week.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good matchups.
I also get like week one's like it's really the first time all those starters play together.
Yeah.
So
There was
now we're
always
kind of
like
getting
that.
into it a little more.
Especially
think-
after this offseason, there were just so
Yeah.
many players switching teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a lot of weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
So,
I think it'll take a bit, but I think as we get along, he will start looking better. You'll be able to tell who's really good and who's not.
right. Well, that concludes it. Till next time.
Thank you.
Peace.